election wakavhotere
No, unosapota party ipi wewe? Unosapota party ipi? Uri party ripi wewe? Uri party ipi? Choose uri party ipi?
vabirira but you know tinovabata next time but vabirira timu rabirira vabirira vana vabirira birira ere iwe 7 aita 10 tawina takashanda takasenza tawina so president kada vakati ichoka party so wopundu unoona wakapost imomo mukati imomo tawina kuwina ere tawina takasenza takavarowa tawina. Other thoughts with Prince on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. How are you guys doing? Say remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. Welcome to our road to 2023 general elections. Another week, another episode. How are you guys doing? Before I start, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who's been watching our videos here on the road to 2023. And yes, it comes to our YouTube family every Sunday at 8 o'clock Harare time. Yes, but to our VIP family, you'll be watching this video on Wednesday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It will be available to our premium viewers, our premium VIP family members. But for you to be part of this good section and this VIP section, all you need to do is to join on next to the subscription button. There's a join button there. Just choose a package which suits you and be part of us here, be part of this family, whereby you'll be watching my video Agada Kungana first, watching this kind of videos first, whereby we'll be talking much about my elections as we prepare for my elections that go next year, 2023. My name is Prince. Once again, thank you for supporting, thank you for watching, and thank you once again for commenting in the comment section. And so last week we were talking about the voters roll and how clean is the voters roll. I mean, it's still a topic which which we're gonna be talking about again as we go towards my elections, because as nyaya kutanzi tingangotaura zve 1 week yongopera aiwa inyaya yakatosimba because voters roll ndo pane nyaya yese and because ndo paunoenda nechitupa chako and uchinotarisa zita rako kuti ririmo here womaka wopuwa inki wenda unovhota. Saka voters roll should be clean so that tizive kuti vanhu vakavhota vangani, vakarejista kuvhota vangani, and saka zvose zvinobva muvhoters roll. Saka kana vasiri clean antama 1 that's why tizonzwa kunzi yeparigwa kwakati unanhu wakati and so last week end of last week takanzwa zvinzi zvoni ZEC yakutengesa voters roll, yes, to those organization or political party vanoda kuona voters roll kuti yakamira sei. Yes, it's been sold for $187,000 for a copy, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But before I continue more about voters, about the voter, yes, our main topic of today, we're talking about vote buying. Yeah, it's very serious. It's a very serious issue here. We're going to be talking about this later on. Vote buying, and you've seen so many people, many politicians actually, vachipa mbeu, which is a government project, a government situation, but tikona ma politicians achishandisa mbeu dzinobva kugovernment, mari yegovernment inenge yakatenga mbeu, yakatenga zvakawanda matractor or whatsoever, but ma politicians vakuzotora manje mbeu iyoyo, vakuzotora mbudzi dzavanenge vatenga or whatsoever zvavanenge vatenga, woenda nazvo kumamisha, unonyepera vana gogo nana sekuru kuti aiwa zviri kubva kumusangano izvi and torai zvinhu zvitovhoterei next year. But we're going to be talking more about it. But before I talk about it, we're going to finish panyaya voters roll, because I feel like I just wanted to end it, then we can start talking about our main topic, vote buying. So I was talking about voters roll, and saka copy the voters roll $187,000 to any political party and so it means this is a high time whereby all those political parties which are contesting for my elections that go next year, which are planning to contest my presidential elections. Remember, to submit for presidential election, you need to have like $20,000. And in I wonder, $20,000 is a lot of money. So not many political parties are gonna be able to raise that kind of money. Some are smaller. Some are gonna be doing my councillor elections, my councillor seats. Some are gonna be doing my MPs. But presidential, maybe last time 2018 we had almost like 21. This year, next year actually 2023, I think China maybe 10, less than 10. My political party at a contest because $20,000 for presidential imarawana. But anyway, voters will get $187,000 copy to get a copy, whether it's digital or hard copy. We will get $20,000, and people can access that voters roll, not just my political parties only, but everyone can access. As a registered voter, you can go to ZEC offices, one down a copy. Each copy you can take your $1 copy, and it depends on how many copies you want. At the same time, you can actually view voters roll on your phone, and yes, if you are net one or Econet, you can view it on your phone. Also online, also it's available online, and pane dzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana, and pane options akati one day actually ekuti vanhu vanokwanisa kuaccessa voters roll. Uchaisa zita rako kuti riripo here, uchaisa kuti address yakanyorwa ndiyo chaiyo here, because takambombopiwa 10 days from ZEC muna July kunzi vanhu vaende vanoona mazita avo kuti yakanyorwa mushe here, and takaona na vashoma vakaenda kunoona, vazhinji akangoignore. But it was very important for us to go and check your name. Saka zvinzi kuti kana iwe wakacheka zita rako izvozvo kana zita rako usina kunyorwa mushe, hapana correction iri kuitwa. Which means kuti next year pauchazoenda unoregister kuvhota, unokwanisa kutongoudzwa kunzi zita rako ririmo but surname iri pachitupa neiri munomu yakatosiyana kure nekure. And saka ma-corrections ainzoni anga ari 23,000 anga ari very very crucial kuti vagadzirise ma-addresses, vagadzirise mazita, ma-surnames nema-first names. I mean, computer inoita mistake, human error inoitika. Munhu anoisa prince, anoisa PR, oisa NCE, osira I pakati apa, anenge atata mistake iwe. Saka all those things, they were supposed to be checked. The public were supposed to go and check those names. But nyaya iripo, nyaya yevoters, so you can see your $187,000 imari yakawanda. And of course ZANU-PF is gonna afford it, but I don't know about MDC Alliance, I don't know about Triple C, because we've heard so many complaints, especially from Triple C, which was MDC Alliance, about voters roll, this. So I feel like this is a time whereby they really need to raise that money, because I don't see ZEC ichidzikisa mari iyoyo 187,000 to any less, because ndo mari yakatonzi ndo yakagadziswa negovernment. Saka ndo mari kutodiwa iyo 187,000 kutodiwa, and they need to have that money so that they can get an official document which they can verify, which they can check mazita, they can audit that voters roll before my elections, because I don't expect them to come kwatiri vanhu 3 weeks before elections votanga kuti voters roll rakadai. Come on, this is the high time that they really need to engage ZEC. Kana pane ma-corrections ada kuitwa, kana pane ma-auditations ada kuitwa, pane ma-mistakes amwe anenge achida kuitwa. Yes, so nyaya inenge iripo apa, nyaya yekuraisa that money $187,000. I don't know if Triple C, MDC Alliance, or any other political party which is opposition is going to raise that money. I'm not worried about ZANU-PF, but ZANU-PF can afford it. They can afford to have that voters roll mangwana chaya. But my smaller parties it's going to be very difficult for them to raise that money. At the same time, they need to raise money for my campaigns are clear. They need to raise money for printings, for everything. Besides that, they need to pay my agents achanga achi deploy all over Zimbabwe. Every constituency fana kunge in election election agent. Saka pachadiwa mari yakawanda. That's why I always say kuti for a political party to have a successful run from elections, it needs money, it needs funding. At the same time, the only two parties which I know are receiving government funding is ZANU-PF and MDC Alliance wa Monzora. So got Triple C, which is maybe the second biggest political party in Zimbabwe, askona mari from government. So which means kuti my citizens kana iri nguva yekureza mari, I feel like I haven't heard any fundraising iri kuitwa, but I feel like it's a high time that they need to start raising money. They need to start asking for money, for donations, so that they can raise as much as they can, because kumberi kurudiwa mari yakawanda. And of course they always envy what happened in Zambia on Haikainde Hichilema situation, but it was funding, it was money. Kuti Haikainde Hichilema from Zambia awine, anangowina kungowina, akawina because the man had money, the man had his friends backing him up, kuti everything zvifambe mushe, everything running smoothly. So I feel like money plays an important part when it comes to nyaya dzema-elections. And so do update in iripo when it comes to nyaya voters roll, how clean is it, chaona pamberi apo. But I feel like more pushing political parties, they need to have that copy of voters roll. They need to go through it, and try to know how clean is the voters roll. It will only be clean kana wacheka, because it cannot be clean kana wachiti hawana mari kutenga voters roll whatsoever. It's it's like buying that they're selling it for $187,000. They are selling it. So don't marry inenge ichitodiwa. Of course they need to raise that money, 187,000. I don't know if they can afford it. And at the same time, we don't want my surprises 3 weeks before my elections vakutudza we are not contesting because of voters roll. No, they need to tell us kuti zvakamira sei. But in order to do that, they need to have an official document that they can go through it. And so guys, this is Road to 2023 general elections. My name is Prince. You are listening, you are watching on our favorite TV channel, which is Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Road to 2023 general elections. On this episode, our main topic is about vote buying. I mean, recently I've seen since last year, this year, I mean, I've heard about vote buying, and the political party which always comes first when companies have vote buying is ZANU-PF. I mean, no disrespect, kind of chance, the Triple C or MDC Alliance, no, but vote buying, chungun was ZANU-PF, Takachinungo was ZANU-PF. We've seen some videos actually of politicians vachipa mabhaketi eyogezera, vachipa vanhu sipo, mabhaa esipo, vachipa vanhu mbudzi, vachipa vanhu huku. I mean, it's documented. When wakapfeka t-shirt is ZANU-PF, there's nothing to hide kuti anzi ndini kunyepa or whatsoever. We've done several videos here chichiona vanhu vachipuwa mbeu, vachipuwa zvakasiyana-siyana towards my elections, even a week before my elections, even a day before my elections, vanhu vachiunganidzwa vachipuwa in different constituencies mawards akasiyana-siyana, because that politicians auda kuwina my elections. And so what does ZEC do? What does ZEC do? Because ZEC ndo referee iripo my elections. Varamba vakanyarara panyaya iyi, because I feel like it's an offense. It's an offense to pay someone else kuti uende mangwana unovhoterwa. It's an offense to bribe someone else kuti uende unovhoterwa. So as long as ZEC ichiramba yakanyarara mavideo akadaro achitsekuita pasocial media, I feel like it's wrong. And this is I have this post here, which is a very interesting one. This is the latest one which happened last week, and about vote buying. And so Lands and Agriculture Minister Anxious Masuka is unwittingly exposed ZANU-PF's plot to use state resources to buy votes ahead of next year's polls, addressing villagers in the Chinyamukwakwa area of Chisumbanje Chipinge over the weekend while handing over 250 plots from ethanol producer Greenfield to villagers. Masuka told villagers that they would receive free farming inputs, but stressed that the inputs were on the condition that they vote for ZANU-PF's President Emerson Mnangagwa. Right now, we see the rains are coming and we are busy ensuring that we organize and provide all inputs for you on time. That is what we call rural development 8.0, so that you'll be able to get the inputs on time. The electoral campaign period is 2 way ahead. I'm not a campaign manager, but let me try it here. When you are given these agricultural inputs, you must think of one person in your mind, and that person who has given you the inputs is President Emerson Mnangagwa. When you are given goals, think deeply of the person who has remembered you. You must return the favor and remember him. 2. In 2023, Masuka said, vote buying, especially in the rural areas, is seen as one of the rigging mechanism used to sway voters in favor of the ruling ZANU-PF party during elections. Masuka also told the villagers that ZANU-PF legislators had been given the mandate to oversee the distribution of government farming inputs. His justification was that the inputs are from government and ZANU-PF forms government. Now, I now want to speak on the issue of members of parliament MPs, where the situation whereby the inputs disappeared before they go to the beneficiaries. So the MPs, should be witnesses during distribution to oversee it. This is because these inputs come from ZANU-PF, which is the ruling party that forms government, and government acts on what ZANU-PF says. So the party must not be excluded. He added, on several occasions, ZANU-PF has been accused of politicizing agricultural inputs and food aid. This has often happened during electoral periods as it canvasses for support. Opposition supporters have been victims of reportedly being denied food aid and government farm inputs. This is despite the section 1361 of the Electoral Act prohibits politicians from giving voters freebies to induce them to vote or refrain from voting. And so that's the Electoral Act here, section 136A1 of the Electoral Act. It prohibits politicians from giving voters freebies to induce them to vote or refrain from voting. Zimbabwe Electoral Commission's spokesperson, Jasper Mangwana, requested questions in writing, but they don't responded to them at the time of going to print. Zimbabwe Peace Project Executive Director, Justina Mkoko, said it was unfair that villagers were being commanded to vote for a particular party through use of state resources. It is against the Electoral Act, which is true 100%. Politicians need to be reminded that they must follow humanitarian standards in distribution food aid or presidential inputs. The presidential also needs to be reminded that the money to secure presidential inputs does not come from his pockets. It's from state funds, hence must be distributed fairly to every citizen who is eligible regardless of political affiliation. The issue of politicization of farming inputs and food aid has left villagers vulnerable and women in a more difficult situation. Minowa Masuka also exposed ZANU-PF's plot to pamper village heads and chiefs with more provisions under presidential schemes such as cotton, goat poultry, community fisheries, and climate proof of input schemes, among others. You'll be given enough fertilizers and other inputs for 3 plots. Villagers are in the distribution committees. They will know all of you. We will give village heads more than everyone else for 7 plots, because long back when there was drought, the village heads would assist those who would be starving. The headmen will also be given inputs for 9 plots, while the chief will get inputs for 11 plots. Don't think that this have been favored. We have all been given by President E.D. Masuka told the Chipinge villagers. And so to make the whole transaction smoothly, my village has nema chief arikupuwa mbeu yakawanda, arikupuwa fertilizer yakawanda. Reason why is because they know that takapawa na zvinhu zvakawanda, they're gonna pursue their subjects kuti vavhotere musangano weZANU-PF, which I think is wrong. This is definitely wrong, and this has been happening for decades and decades and decades. That's one of the main reasons why ZANU-PF will continue dominating in the rural areas compared to opposition political parties. because pakadai so vanhu vapuwa mbeu vapuwa mafertilizer, of course, which is coming from the government of Zimbabwe, which is taxpayers money, is imari kutoverengwa navamuturi nqobe muparliament yebudget yeagriculture, and aizi mari yeZANU-PF imari yegovernment. At the same time mari iyoyo ndoiri kushandiswa kutenga mbeu, mafertilizer, then mapoliticians arobva aijeka mbeu iyoyo nemafertilizer yayo woenda nayo unoti aiwa zvinhu zvakabva kuZANU-PF, zvakabva kuna president Mnangagwa. I mean, come on guys. Yes, vanenge vachinepana gogo nanasekuru. Gogo hapana chavanokwanisa kuziva, sekuru hapana chavanokwanisa kuziva. Vanoti kuti zveshuwa mbeu, mbudzi idzi, huku idzi dzabva kuna president, ndowandiri kuvhotera next year muna 2023. Monzora anozoenda kusame area iyoyo inchipinge, unotanga taura zvakataura nyaya dzake, ndiri ndingi, ndivhoterei. People be looking at him funny like, okay, une chii maoko, watigirei chii maoko. Vane kumamisha vagara vanoda something maoko, vada kupuhwo something, vada kuendeserwa sugar, vada kuendeserwa iyo mbeu, matractor, saka it's difficult. It's really difficult for them to even vote for this guy ari kungoya kungotaura nyaya yake asina chakabata, because they always know kuti when it comes to nyaya dzema-elections haakusvika padhuze, ndopatinoona ma-opportunities akawanda, ndopatinokwanisa kuwana mbeu, patinokwanisa kuwana ma-freebies, ma-projects achiitwa in constituencies. Saka ZANU-PF is still gonna dominate in the rural areas. Like it or not, I mean, this has been working for them for decades, and you to work again next year, like 2023. It's illegal. What they're doing is illegal, of course, but it has worked so far for them. They've had an advantage. Again, we go back to funding for opposition political parties. Funding. And funding donya inonetsa, donya iri pamahwani. And at the moment, they're playing level field. Is not level at all. We may say kuti hanzi mukomana anowina next year or Monzora anowina next year, but it's a difficult task because it's not level at all. Some people have upper hand, the ruling party in the upper hand, and it is what it is. I mean, for real, because apana kwachugenda, because I think I've talked here so many times that the presidential inputs from Vutsa is supposed to be benefiting everybody regardless of political affiliation, but you've seen vachiwana maoko vachibvisana maoko vachibvisana maziso because of mbeu, because of fertilizers, because of political affiliation. And so the blame should be on the political leaders vasingabude pachena vachitaura chokwadi kune vanhu and kuti aiwa mbeu iyi ndiye munhu wese ari kusangana nambeu. At the same time, we don't expect people kuti vapfeke ma-t-shirt emusangano vachiuya kuzitora mbeu. Aiwa MP kana representa constituency haasi kurepresenta ZANU-PF chete, akurepresenta munhu wese anogara muarea iyoyo. And saka tisingade kuona ma-politics pambeu, because haizi mari ZANU-PF, imari yehurumende, imari yekutoti ikutorwa patiri kushanda isusu, ndo mari yari kutora every 2% whatsoever, voendesa voiunganidza mari iyoyo, votenga mbeu, voiunganidza votenga ma-fertilizers. So expect kuti kana mbeu yakutengwa, fertilizer yakutengwa, ikubenefita the whole constituency. MP, you don't represent ZANU-PF, you represent us, tese takavhota. And saka this is wrong. What they're doing is wrong. And I think there's nothing much, there's really nothing much that we can do, because we've seen it happening and we're gonna see it happening. But makona zvichiitika muma-primary elections eMzansi-PF chamuchaemi momo. How about national elections? Kana ivo pacha zvavo vega vachiita muma-vote buying, vachiita zvanenge vachiita, what do you expect it to happen pama national elections? And saka I don't know, but this is not gonna be the last time we'll be talking more about nyaya vote buying. And yes, we're gonna continue following it here on Road to 2023 general elections here on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being part of us here. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following us. everywhere, Instagram, Facebook. We're also available on YouTube. We're also available on Instagram. We're there, Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Just go and look for us, and remember to join our VIP family so that you can watch this kind of videos first here on your favorite channel. And yes, you watch these videos first, and every Wednesday, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it will be available to you guys here on the VIP
election. Wakavotera
no
unosapota party ipi wewe? Unosapota party ipi? Uri party ripi wewe? Uri party ipi? Choose uri party ipi?
Wabirira but tunowabata next time but wabirira team rabirira wabirira wana wabirira birira leo iwe 7 out of 10 tawina takashanda takasenza tawina so president kadava kati ichoka party so opundu no ka post imo mukati mumu tawina kuwinere tawina takasenza takawarowa tawina